Well, among the other speakers taking the stage tonight, Chicago's own Mayor Brandon Johnson, former First Lady and presidential candidate Hillary Clinton, and as we said, Joe Biden. He will deliver the keynote speech to pass the proverbial torch to his Vice President Kamala Harris.
We want to bring in now our CBS News political analyst, former head of the Illinois Republican Party, Pat Brady, and also former Alderwoman Leslie Hairston. We got the band back together after it's been a couple of elections since we've seen you two together. It's great to have you both. Speaking of James Taylor, you shed a tear up here when he played "You've Got a Friend."
Oh my God, I love that song.
You said he was singing to you.
He did that because he heard I was coming.
What an entrance! It was right when you came in.
Royalty.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so headliner, starting with you, Leslie, tonight, of course, is President Joe Biden. The First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden, took the stage, tested the mic, and then we heard, as Chris said, from the president. Do you believe that his message, whatever it may be, will help or hurt Kamala Harris?
I think his message will help Kamala Harris. I think he's going to maybe stroll a little bit down memory lane. I am hoping that he will, to remind the voters what he has accomplished these past 4 years, and that he will try to take us into the future, which will be Kamala Harris.
Pat, what do you expect? It seems like it might be more reflective from Joe Biden tonight, now that, as we talked about yesterday, he doesn't have the weight of this campaign on him anymore.
I think it will be, but I think the danger for the Democrats with all these speakers, if you put the mayor, Secretary Clinton, all three of them up there, none of them poll over 40%. These are not popular people. I'm not saying that disparagingly, but the reality is Joe Biden's not very popular, Hillary Clinton's not very popular in the states you need to win, and nor is Brandon Johnson. So I think there is a risk of these people not looking forward and supporting the nominee.
Leslie, do you agree with that when it comes to
not.
Hillary Clinton?
I do not agree with that for either President Biden or Hillary Clinton, simply because of the heroic steps that President Biden took in saying, okay, now it's time to pass the torch. And so I think even if people felt some kind of way about him, they can't help but admire what he did for his party, and I think people will understand that and will see that. I think Hillary Clinton, it's been a little bit of time. I'm sure she might be thinking something different, but I think people will listen to hear what she has to say.
Well, and I agree. Of course they will in the convention hall, but I think any minute they spend in this convention not talking to the people in the 7 states that matter is a waste of time. Everybody here is voting for these guys, and they're beloved. These are 2 beloved figures. But when you get outside this convention hall, they're Secretary Clinton, very polarizing. And when she pops up, it's looking backwards.
Well, I don't necessarily agree with that. However, I think that everybody that is speaking here tonight and throughout the rest of the week will be talking to the people who are not here. And if they aren't, that's who they should be talking to, because those are the votes that are going to really help win this election.
All right, Leslie, Pat, we will be getting back to you shortly. For now, though, Joe?
Let's send it back to Jim and Marie in the studio with the rest of the news from the day.